In today's video, I want to show you one of my interests that I've always had a keen interest in, but I've never got fully, never had the confidence to get fully into it, partly because the equipment is expensive. But last year, my granddad passed, and we were going through his stuff with my mum, and he had an old film camera, and my mum gave it to me. He said, "Hey, George, do you want this? Do you want to have a look at this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll have that," because it's always been an interest of mine that I've always been keen, to get into. I mean, I did photography as a GCSE in school, so, and I always sort of had fantasies of working, doing it, furthering it in college and getting into it and like working as a freelancer, but I just didn't have the confidence to pursue it back then. I didn't have the money to buy all the equipment that, all the cameras and that. And it's always been in the back of my mind of something that I always would love to really get into. But just, confidence, money, not bad, the equipment being expensive. But I came in, and this is the camera that my granddad had. It's not bad. It's a Minolta, which I think is just a pretty decent camera. I don't know too much about this brand, but I bought some film. I bought some film for it. I bought 2 rolls, and I put one in. Did the first lot, 35mm, about I think it was like 30 takes, I think it was. And just sort of took around pictures of flowers, went on walks and things like that, went around my dad's house, took pictures around there. And it's done, got them developed, and then took that one out. One of the first one that I put in, I hadn't sort of learned and realised how to rewind the film. So I was like, took it in, and I was like, oh, fuck, how do you rewind the film? And I accidentally opened the casing, and I thought, oh crap. So I quickly shut it, but obviously those couple of end films would have been exposed. But I since realised you just pull that out, and then it rewinds the film. But I have noticed the manual aperture, etc. When you sort of on the camera and you play around with that, it doesn't really do anything. So I can't seem to get the aperture to work manually. So as far as I'm concerned, it only does it auto. But that's another thing I really would like to, learn and understand how to use a camera manually, in terms of aperture and that manually. I don't want to just rely on the auto. So that's one thing I want to learn. But it's a pretty good camera. My granddad did come with another extra long lens and a flash and some other bits and pieces. But it's not a bad little camera, and I do hope to get some more film and go out and take it out and see what else I can get. I do have another camera actually. I'll show it in a different video, which is much older, 1970s. And I'm not sure if that one works. I've not actually I tried to put some film in it, but the film is really old. So, but I'm going to try again with that one and see if I get them. But these are the film. I mean, that one there, I quite like that one. And that one there as well, that's pretty cool. And I took some of my dad's van, just was like focus. I was just trying to find things to focus on, like a subject. And my dad's dog, my dad doing something. This one's a bit blurry because of he's in motion. And the same goes for this one here. And sleeping with that there. Snoucher, glasses holder. Another one there where he's actually still. Then I went to Greenwich Park, these ones, not on a clear day, wasn't a very particular clear day. Yeah, nothing really special really. I was just, it was my first time trying it out, just trying to get the hang of it and just having a go really. So yeah, it's not really, nothing special, you know. That's nothing special really. That was the second film actually. This one here. This is the first film because it's got the exposed images. It's down in Seven Oaks. That is my car, my dad, and the dog again. The dog outside my flat. Again, I was really trying to focus on that flower. Yeah, nothing really special really. They're pretty boring. See a little bit of exposure there. Yeah, that one there. That's one of the end ones when the film ran out, and I was trying to rewind it, and I didn't know how to rewind it. And then I accidentally opened up the casing, and I was like, oh crap. That's because of that, and that one as well. So yeah. The rest are, not brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, but that's what I took. Nothing special, nothing much. Never used the camera. Been a long time since I've actually used a film camera as well. But it's quite fun because I noticed that film cameras are like slowly coming back into fashion, aren't they? They're getting a lot of buzz. Same goes with old, obviously, old tech stuff. People are getting back into it. But I really would like to try and learn or try and fix the manual aperture, because I've sort of tried asking Google and show what camera I've got, and it says, do this and do that and do that, and you should get a function, but what I'm doing what it's telling me to do, and nothing's happening. It's just flashing. So it doesn't seem to really work. So I can't seem to really get it into manual mode. It seems to be in auto mode, which is because I really would like to actually have a go. I would like to get a modern proper camera like this as well, to also learn proper digital photography as well. But also film camera. I do have a soft spot for film. There is something about film. But that's what I just want to show you. That's another one of my interests that I would like to get really into, and practice and have a go, and see what I can come up with. That's all for now. Just let's talk about this camera and talk about my experience with what I took, and what I would like to one day, get a bit better at it, and learn more about photography. Because I wouldn't say a passion. I would like it to be a passion, but it's definitely an interest. I've always had an interest in cameras. I've always been fascinated with cameras. I just didn't ever have the confidence to pursue it and go out there, and I was always self-conscious. Self-esteem was always very low, etc. So, and I'm trying to sort of like really put myself out there, trying to engage in interests that I've always wanted to engage in, but I just felt like I've been held back all these years. So that's number one then. So but that's all for now, and I hope you enjoy. Let us know if you enjoyed the video. Let us know if you're what you know about this camera, or if you've had any experience about the aperture not working. So That's all. Thanks.